Okay, we are gonna go for a little ride out to my other garage in my Pontiac. So this is a little bit of a road test here. Not road test, but highway drive.
Right after the live, and they're walking back to Jackson, Wyoming, where Joel. So
the project today is I gotta get my Camaro going, change the spark plugs, or at least look at them, change them if necessary. Put the thing on the ground, and I've got a battery master disconnect that I need to build a ground cable for. I might do that too, depending on how time goes. But we'll just get going here. This is I had this out for a couple of days here. This is my third time out in the car. Quicksilver shifter. I got it in ratchet mode right now, and that's all you do. Third gear, or you leave it in drive or third, and she'll do just fine. If you want to hold a gear, then you just ratchet it forward and back, but you're always going up a gear, you're pushing forward, going down a gear, you're pulling back. So there. So we'll catch up in a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna have a little fun here, just waiting for a car to come by, do a little bit of a brake torque here. Not too bad for a 4,000-pound four-door Pontiac that your Parisienne that your grandma would take to bingo. So again, just a overview of what's in this thing. 355 Vortec heads, got a dual quad intake, an Elbrock RPM dual quad intake, thumper cam, headers, 2.5-inch exhaust, like a Walker Ultraflow straight through style muffler. I don't think they're Walkers, I can't remember, but they're a straight through. They might be Magnaflows. Yeah, 342 gears with a Eaton True Tracks differential. The True Tracks operates as an open diff under normal circumstance where your tires aren't spinning. As soon as you spin your tires, the other tire kicks in, so the passenger driver's side tire will kick in, then you got both wheels going on it. 700 R4 transmission with a shift kit in it. As you probably tell, it shifts pretty quick, pretty solid. You get rubber in first gear, first to second, depending on conditions. You'll get rubber going into third gear. So right now I'm doing 112 kilometers, say 110 kilometers an hour. I'm tacking at 2,000 RPM. So 110 kilometers, about 72 mile an hour equivalent. Now, give you an example of what the overdrive does. So if you've got a 3-speed and you got gears and you're wondering, should you be putting in an overdrive transmission? So is 110 at 3,300 RPM, a little bit quicker than 110. So about 110, 3,200 RPM. Then we go into overdrive, knocks 1,200 RPM off of that number. So that's pretty good. So it gives you a nice relaxing cruise. You don't have to worry about parts blowing out of your engine because you're revving her out. You're not going to suck the oil out of the oil pan because you're revving too high, and you wind up all your lifters collapsing and all that kind of stuff. I had a friend that had a pickup truck, and he was complaining to me that he'd be driving doing 120. He didn't have a tack in the car, in the truck. It's an older, like a 50s, 56 or 58 pickup. He had a 350 in it. He was complaining that he'd be driving down the highway and all of a sudden the engine would start rattling on him, lose power and shut off. He'd wait, pull over, wait, 10 minutes or whatever, and then it'd come back. And you do that again, it would be good for about half an hour, 40 minutes, or whatever the case may be. Me may not even that long, and do it all over. So I asked him, well, what are you tacking at? He said, well, I don't know. I don't have a tack. I said, what gears do you have? He says, well, I don't know. He bought this truck. He didn't build it. It was one of these, fairly expensive, looks good at 5, 10 feet, but what it's built with was somewhat on the questionable side. So I said, you're probably draining your oil. You're probably sucking all the oil out of your oil pan. You either change your gears, get a tack, change your gears, or put a 4-speed automatic in there with overdrive. And he wound up doing that and fixed his problem. He put a tack in it. And he was tacking about 4,000 RPM in third, and then in fourth he was down to about, like overdrive, he was down to about 2,500 RPM. So that's what that 4-speed automatic will do. So if you're thinking, just do it. This has a 2,500 RPM, should be a 2,500 RPM stall converter. It stalls out, or it's 2,000 is where it pretty much locks up at. That's about all I can get out of it. Now that may be because the low first gear with its 700 R4 with a 3-speed, like a turbo 350 or 400, you've got a taller first gear, so you might be able to load it up a lot more. But in this case, it's just too much gear, so it doesn't. I don't have the torque going to it. It'll light the tires up first. So yeah, that's about it. Drives nice. It's got air conditioning, which I'm not using, but it's actually quite warm out today for once. And we'll catch up once we get to my other garage. Stay tuned.